Yeah, 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 come and take a look at the snow. Bright white as far as your eyesight goes. Come and take a look at the fields of snow. I'll just get my coat, then we're good to go. Come and take a look at the lake. Let's have a quick skate before it gets late. Come and take a look at the frozen lake. Put your clothes on, mate, don't make that mistake.
Greetings, holiday shoppers. There are now 45 shopping days left until Christmas, and I think you know what that means. That means it's time for another episode of Christmas Creeps, your one-stop shop for holiday movies and TV shows all year round. Hi, my name is Joseph Wade. I'll be your host for this evening. Here with me tonight are not my co-hosts. They have abandoned me once again, but that's A-okay because we have some very special guests with us tonight. We have tonight the co-writers and director of the new Christmas film Cup of Cheer. We have Jake Horowitz.
Hello, thank you so much for having us.
And co-writer Andy Lewis. Andy, how are you?
I'm great, thank you. Thank you for having us. How are you?
I'm doing very well here in the States. The election finally got called this afternoon, and everybody's been cheering, and I'm sure people around the world as well have been spreading the good news. But yeah,
Yes.
hopefully going back to normal. But I don't really want to get into too much of that tonight because we have some fun stuff to get into. First of all, you guys wrote and directed a Christmas comedy called Cup of Cheer. Real quick, just tell us what is Cup of Cheer all about?
So Cup of Cheer is completely insane, totally ridiculous, essentially satire or spoof of every single cheesy Christmas TV movie that you've ever seen. We know that all the plots are the same. The characters and the way the movies look are always the same. So we thought we would make basically the exact same movie, but instead of making it sweet and sentimental, we thought we'd have about one joke every 10 seconds. So that's what we set out to do, and it's an hour and a half of just crazy laughter for a Christmas movie.
Yeah, that sounds great. I showed my girlfriend the trailer just before we started tonight, and she said, "So it's like Scary Movie, but for Christmas." That sounds about right to me. I think.
We're hoping that it's a bit better than Scary Movie. I think Scary Movie ended up going quite downhill somewhere around the 100th movie they made.
That's true. The first couple are great, but the
sort of in the old tradition of Airplane or Naked Gun or even Walk Hard or any David Wayne movie.
I got a very David Wayne vibe from the trailer myself. I think, and I guess my next question for you is, did you study like the Hallmark and the Lifetime kind of TV movies to get into the vibe? Like, how did you come into like making the film?
So we essentially in Canada, a lot of the film industry here revolves around like those kind of movie of the weeks. A lot of them are filmed up here, so a lot of people here write them, and a lot of people kind of just use it as writers use it as an easy way to make money. So a lot of people were saying that after Jake's first feature, All About Who You Know, that he should maybe consider writing some of those kind of TV Christmas movies for some money. And we took a watch of a few of them, and I think it became pretty apparent after one or two that it's definitely easy to parody, and it's about time that someone does it. So I think it just seemed to make sense that instead of just making another one of those, we do something a bit more fun and a bit more original and just parody them to the ground.
Yeah, you're definitely striking while the iron is hot, because it's never been bigger than right now. So I think you've definitely hit it at the right time. So I guess my next question is, so what are some of your favorite holiday, I guess, traditional movies or cartoons? What do you watch every year?
I've been asked the question a few times lately, and I think Elf always comes up as a really good classic. It still holds up as really funny and really puts you into the Christmas spirit. I think the original Grinch with Jim Carrey is another one, just sort of the era that was really great.
Right.
And then of course Home Alone, and the classics, It's a Wonderful Life. Yeah, the ones that aren't the movie of the week movies.
Yeah.
The ones that have endured over
Right.
decades to actually be genuinely good Christmas movies.
The ones that have
Yeah.
stuck around, yeah.
Yeah.
Andy, what about you?
My personal favorite Christmas movie is Muppets Christmas Carol.
Ooh,
I think it
yeah.
was one of my favorites as a kid, and I think the Muppets is generally quite good as an adult as well. It's not too tedious, and it's definitely one that brings a lot of nostalgia and Christmas spirit.
Yeah, that one definitely holds up more than I think a lot of the, I guess, older 80s and 70s ones do. It's definitely still works well. All right. So, well, with that in mind, with I guess animation in mind, let's jump into Frosty the Snowman. This was one that you guys had picked. What drew you to Frosty the Snowman, first of all?
I think one of the main things is it's because I'm from the UK and I grew up in the UK. Christmas specials, we didn't get the same kind of American Christmas specials over there. I think this was one of the few ones that we kind of both knew very well.
Okay.
So for me, this is one of the only kind of American specials that I saw as a kid, and I know that you watched it.
And me, I mean, it was all, of course, is on TV every year around the holidays, and so
Sure.
that was the one that I think I remember like looking through the TV guide to find out when it was on every year, because that was always the one that I was really excited to watch with the family. And it's just really nice and nostalgic. It's amazing how old it is. I think 1969.
Yeah.
Because even when I was a kid and watched it, it didn't seem like it was so old back then. It just has that like feeling of a warm, nostalgic Christmas special, regardless of when you watch it.
Yeah, there's definitely a warm blanket quality to it. The animation, especially, it just feels so crisp and
like a Christmas card almost.
Exactly. And I remember reading that they did that on purpose. They said we want this to look and feel like a Christmas card, and I think they definitely pulled that off pretty nicely.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what I want to do right now is we've done this a couple of times on the show, and it's always turned out pretty well. So I'm going to ask one of you to try and recap the plot of Frosty the Snowman in detail as best as you can in 60 seconds or less.
No
Okay.
way. You wanna do it?
Okay.
And here's the catch: is whatever time is left on the clock when you're finished, we will donate that amount of money to a charity of your choosing.
Oh.
So,
Oh my gosh, I gotta be quick. I'm not even gonna try to make jokes then.
if you can get it in under, our co-host Jonathan likes to try and do it in 5 to 10 seconds. And
How simple can I make it?
that's the trick, because there's a lot of little moving parts in Frosty. So I think it's going to be but also fun. And so, we'll let you choose the charity after the fact. We typically do things like animal rescues or food banks, things like that.
Yeah.
We'll leave that one up to you. But I'll let you decide who takes on this challenge.
Okay, I'm gonna do
For
it.
it. Cool.
I'm excited. I'm very nervous.
Good
Okay,
luck.
this is going to be great. So I'm going to start the clock.
I apologize in advance to the charity if I screw this up.
$4. No. Okay. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1.
Bunch of kids build a snowman, comes to life. The snowman is Frosty. He has to go away. He's trying to find the North Pole, gets on a train. Girl follows him. He almost melts. Doesn't melt. They go to a greenhouse. Then he leaves. Says, I'll come back one day.
Wow, that was a tight 15 seconds.
Ooh.
Very good. Very good. So we will be donating $45 to the charity of your choosing. And
That's very nice. Thank you so much. I'm gonna
Absolutely.
match that. I'll
It's-
match that. That's very nice of you.
Oh, great. Fantastic. It's our way of giving back because, Christmas, makes you feel warm and fuzzy inside when you give. So that's
Yes,
that's
absolutely.
great.
It's lovely.
So $45. Look out for that on Twitter. We'll put the links up for that. That's Frosty in a nutshell, but there's so much more that you kind of left out of that, especially
Yes.
the fact that there is a villain.
Yeah, one of the main characters.
Somehow, some way, there is a villain for Frosty.
Yeah, I love them taking the idea of them taking a song and saying, how can we expand this to a half-hour special let's add a magician.
Yeah, very magician.
And it's a very like Rankin Bass sort of character too. He's the one character in there that like I think they always try to put in one character who's just absolutely bonkers.
Yeah.
Off the wall. And Professor Hinkle is a great little character. He's such a weirdo. But yeah, so yeah, Frosty the Snowman. Let's get into it then. It's based on a 1950 song. And at this point, it's 1969. The song had been around for about 20 years or so. And you definitely get the feeling that they were trying to make a little bit of a joke out of it. Because obviously, Frosty's a little silly already. It's about a talking snowman. Then they tried to make it, I feel like they tried to make it hokey on purpose, this short. What do you guys think? The tone.
I mean, yeah, the kids are so funny, and they're so like classic, like almost like I want to say Charlie Brown kids, but that's not it. It's like they're all just like, oh yeah, I love snowman. I don't know.
Yeah,
and we love snow.
Yeah, my favorite part in the special is when they're like, it's snowing, and then all the kids run outside. And you just hear this one thing, which was clearly like added on top of all the other voices and stuff. And just one voice, and he's like, "I love snow," and it doesn't add anything, but it's so funny.
Right.
Right on the nose.
Yeah, I think it's quite like self-aware of its cheesiness, and it's kind of delivered with a bit of a wink and a nudge kind of thing, which makes it quite funny.
I don't know if it is actually, because it's from 1969. I don't know that they were self-aware.
I watching it back, I was like, I feel like there's a few things that you pick up as an adult where you're like, oh, they're kind of like enjoying their own cheesiness and how ridiculous it is. Like when the police officer is like, oh, I'll let him off then if he just came alive today. And then he's like, a snowman came alive. And like,
what?
So it's very kind of almost like Laurel and Hardy or something. Very like,
oh my gosh, yeah. And so there's another version of like the Frosty the Snowman cartoon. It came out, I think, in the early 50s, where it's basically just a black and white music video for the song. And the part in the song where he comes up to the traffic cop and stops, it's not, I mean, it's obviously just long enough for the song, but it's also, he's not really a character. It's just, oh, you stop when a traffic cop says stop, and you move on. But then in this, they bring, I don't know, it's weirdly antagonistic about this traffic cop. And, like it's
anti-authority, yeah.
An anti-authority streak talking about this traffic cop. And he's just
teaching kids.
You kids, right.
Anti-magician as well.
Yeah. So let's talk about Professor Hinkle. And I want to know right away, like, what teacher hires a magician to perform at a school the day before Christmas? But I guess that's why, because he's apparently a very bad magician, and so she probably got him fairly cheaply.
I would hope so.
Maybe he volunteered.
Maybe
he doesn't seem like the type to volunteer.
Get the word out, to get the word about the Professor Hinkle.
Yeah. The funny thing is, he was clearly a good magician because his hat brought a snowman to life.
But was that his magician qualities, or was that just
the
his hat?
Right. Well, he at least knew where to buy a good hat from. Give Professor Hinkle that. He knew how to shop for a hat.
Yeah, he's got a good haberdasher. But then, you know, he's trying to get the rabbit to come out of the hat. The rabbit's name is Hocus Pocus, because of course it is. And Hocus Pocus himself is a fun little character because he's got this really weird, not dead-eyed look, but just I'll say it. He looks
stoned.
Looks stoned. Yeah. And I think that there's obviously it's the 60s, so there's a lot in the pot humor where they could.
Yeah. He was dropping acid in that hat.
Yeah, the pink glassy eyes, and just he's kind of a little Cheech and Chong in there for good measure. Why not?
Yeah.
What I loved about Hocus Pocus, and I think the special as a whole, watching it back now, is the choice of like sound effects. When he's like tapping his foot, it's like a squeaky toy almost, like instead of like, tapping noise. And then when they're like when Professor Hinkle's like falling down that hill, it's just like the most bizarre crashing noises that you get.
Yeah, the loud, like it's like they threw a snare drum down the stairs or something.
Yeah, instead of snow falling on someone's head.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, so Hinkle throws away this magic hat because, you know, he's done with the kids because the kids abandon him for snow. He has the line, "You would refuse Professor Hinkle over some stupid frozen water?" Yes. So they take his hat after he's thrown it away, put it on the snowman that they built, and voila, Frosty comes to life. And the first words out of Frosty's mouth are, "Happy birthday."
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. I have always been confused by that. As a little child, I was like, your first words are "happy birthday." Okay. And I don't know. Something about that is an odd choice.
I mean, I guess he's not wrong. It's his birthday.
It is. So they should be wishing him happy birthday.
Right. He just had to get that train started. He's like, guys, hello.
Yeah,
I was
my
just
presents?
born. Oh,
Presents,
Okay,
people.
okay.
Presents.
yeah.
But it's
Like when you prematurely tell someone you're welcome if they didn't say thank you.
Yeah.
That's what Frosty's a bit of a dick. Is that what we're saying?
maybe a little bit. He wants his recognition. Damn it.
Yeah.
But also that's his constant refrain. When he comes back to life later, they put the hat on and he says happy birthday again. So
Yeah.
maybe it's just his like summoning phrase or something. I'm not sure. But so the plot here of Frosty the Snowman is it's getting hot. Frosty is in danger of melting away. So they have the wonderful idea of taking him to the train station and getting a ticket to the North Pole so that Frosty can live and not melt. This apparently costs $3,000
Yeah.
with about 100 transfers as the ticket man is making this.
What is $3,000 in 1969? Can we do a quick search
Ooh,
on
that's
that?
a good question. Let me grab that. It's race.
It's here. I got it. That was $21,276.29.
Wow.
Wow.
I hope they got first class seats.
That is crazy.
It is. I mean,
And he also, the ticket man is very bold to assume that
That a child and
a child and a
snowman.
snowman, let alone anyone, would pay that much for a train ticket.
I think he was just so excited to have any business at all that they asked for the ticket. He just gets to work. Like, oh, great! I can finally do my life's calling, which is
Yeah.
making.
Oh yeah. We've had these trains running to the Arctic forever. You're the first person who wanted to get on them.
We've been losing so
this
much
rail
money.
line. Yeah.
We've lost so much money on this enterprise. Finally, I can charge a child
We
$3,000.
built all these tracks. No one's ever gone there.
No. Well, you have to go from the small town. I think he gives them a lot of different transfers. Small town to, oh gosh, I already forgot them all. But he's definitely
Nome, Alaska. I think that was
Nome, Alaska. That's the one.
I think there might have been a couple of Canadian.
A couple of
places.
Canadian stops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense if that's where you're going. You're gonna
Makes
have to
perfect
go
sense.
through Canada.
Yeah. Which, you know, once you get Frosty on the train and he's up in Canada, he's basically home free. But then Professor Hinkle catches up with them, and Frosty and Karen. We forgot to mention Karen is the like human character that kind of tags along with, like, all the kids are kind of one big massive group of kids, but Karen is the one who stands out. And I feel bad about that, partly because Karen has become such a ubiquitous name for
Oh my god.
Yeah. It's making underneath me.
those kinds of annoying people. And you know, we have to keep reminding our people, like our Karen, the Karen that we have on the show, is not one of those Karens. So
They're
we
gonna
love you.
do a spin-off of Frosty's Karen all grown up in 2020 and see what she's up to. Just complaining that
gosh.
snowmen are coming to life in her neighborhood. Asking the traffic cop to stop them.
Excuse me, I'd like to speak to your manager, Professor Hinkle. Did Karen ever show up in any of like the Frosty spin-offs and sequels that they produced?
I don't think so. Frosty returns was the one that I remember as a kid. John Goodman played Frosty.
I remember that.
I think it's almost universally hated, but I really still love it just because it was, again, a nostalgic thing from when I was a kid.
Sure, yeah.
But yeah, it was about another magician, but it was like a kid magician, and it wasn't Karen.
Okay. I don't know. I guess I just assumed that they single her out, and I thought maybe they'll bring her back. I don't know. We'll cover Frosty Returns and some of the others on a later episode, I think, because some of those get into really odd territory. I know Returns is the one that's got a very like environmental message about like not necessarily global warming, but something along those lines. So maybe we'll get into that because that's definitely become more relevant.
Yeah,
what's going on. But yeah, so finally, Karen is freezing to death. Frosty gets off of the train while Hinkle is chasing them, and they find a greenhouse, just a random greenhouse in the middle of nowhere, which is great, of course.
As you do, instead of just growing the flowers somewhere else.
Yeah, in Nome, Alaska.
Yeah,
and okay. So Professor Hinkle definitely intentionally murders Frosty, and it's very traumatic. He locks him in the greenhouse, and Frosty just straight up melts. And then, Santa Claus saves the day, but not before a very sad and very depressing reprise of the Frosty song by Jimmy Durante. Which we forgot to bring up Jimmy Durante. He's like our narrator.
Right.
He sings the song, and he appears as himself, which I love the little the caricature drawing of with the giant nose.
Like somebody did it on a boardwalk.
Exactly. But he looks so good, and that's like my favorite part of this thing. And I think it's just because I like something about his voice is very nostalgic to me.
Yeah.
I love hearing like those songs when you see him on the TV and stuff.
As a kid, I was a little confused and a bit stressed out that Jimmy Durante wasn't helping Frosty because he was clearly right there. He knew what was going on. Why was he just a bystander?
He's like Uatu the Watcher. He's some special. Like he can't take part because that would disrupt the flow of time.
So he's time traveling through this.
He's a time traveler.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, I wish that had been a thing. But yeah, Santa comes and saves the day and informs Karen that Frosty was made with Christmas snow, and Christmas snow is better than regular snow because it's Christmas snow. And so Frosty will always be in our hearts if we just believe. I'm sorry. Okay. I get up on a tear here about that, but yeah. So Frosty was made out of Christmas snow, as he says, and Christmas snow never completely goes away. And then it's like a circle of life sort of story where Christmas snow becomes the water, which evaporates and becomes the rain, and Frosty will return on Christmas Day, as he says at the end of the song. And so, yeah, I mean, that's Frosty the Snowman. I think we needed a little bit more hocus pocus in this, I think.
He was always my favorite. Yeah.
He's great. I do like when he's trying to give Frosty ideas of ways to save Karen, ways to who can help. And he mimes the Marines, and Frosty says, no, we can't do that. And he mimics like a politician, and Frosty's like, no, not the president of the United States, which made me wonder, who was the president in 1969? Look him up. It's Richard Nixon.
Oh, he wouldn't help.
Oh Lord, no. We're gonna go into that town and just wreck up the place. No, but yeah. So of course Santa Claus comes to save the day. It's Frosty and Santa together. I think are the two big Christmas figures. If you're not in if you're not in a religion,
pretty big.
That's your Avengers of Christmas.
Yeah, Frosty is your Captain America, I think.
Yeah, Rudolph is Iron Man.
Yeah, Santa's really...
Santa.
Wait, Rudolph is Iron Man?
Santa maybe is Iron Man.
Yeah, I would go with Santa as Iron Man. Rudolph as maybe, I don't know, Spider-Man or something. Someone a bit younger and like...
See,
well, Rudolph didn't ask for his nose to be red, so it is a bit like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, with great powers.
Yeah.
With great power, Rudolph comes great responsibility.
And it's true. Rudolph took that to heart.
He really did. But
we learned that Rudolph is Spider-Man.
of course. Well, okay. So then, Yukon Cornelius is definitely Thor, right? The Thor figure.
Probably.
I
guess.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah. Oh, I love this idea now. Well, see, and then we know that they've brought, not Frosty, but Rudolph. No, they have done a Frosty and Rudolph special, haven't they?
I've heard of it. I've never seen it.
Really? Oh.
Yeah, because I think because Rudolph was Rankin Bass's very first one. They did Frosty, and then I think they started doing other specials. They've done Easter specials and St. Patrick's Day specials, but then they started bringing like Rudolph's New Year special and Rudolph and Frosty go to the bank, and Rudolph and Frosty escape from Guantanamo Bay. So yeah, they've definitely done, I guess, team ups before. So hey, it's possible. Anything's possible in the world of Christmas specials. So
you're gonna cross over with the Grinch.
Oh, please!
The Grinch is I guess ultra. He's Thanos. Yeah.
The Grinch is Thanos. Oh lordy.
Yeah,
it's inevitable. I guess I would ask you guys, is this one that you would want to, I guess, show to your children someday? Is this one that you want to keep alive as a Christmas special?
I think so, yeah. I think it's I mean, I would be interested to see what a kid these days thought watching it. Like, does it feel dated to them? Because like to me it still feels like not too bad, like the cartoon holds up and stuff. But I wonder
definitely
kind of like everything being 3D and stuff.
Well, interestingly enough, it's on YouTube. So I watched it on YouTube, and that's how kids watch everything these days.
That's how I saw it too. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that it's probably not, even though it's only a 22-minute special, it's probably still way too slow for kids these days. They're like, we don't need all this information. Why can't you make it 3 minutes and put a catchy song in it?
That's what the song is for. But also the stakes are so low, and it's so I guess carefree, I guess is the way I'd put it, because Frosty's never really in danger. He's a snowman. Yeah.
I think it's more, for me, it's more about the atmosphere. It's about the music and the animation.
Yeah.
Quality of even just the old voice recordings of the characters, and it sounds old timey. I would definitely like to show it to my kids. Like I love just the feeling of it, and sort of like, it's a December night and you're sitting in your living room with some hot chocolate, watching this on TV.
Yeah, definitely. I would agree with that too. It definitely makes you want to like sit next to the fire. Put a fire in the fireplace, get yourself some cocoa, and just watch Frosty.
Yeah. I think something really special about it. Like, I think something about watching it on TV in the time slot that ABC or whatever has told you it's on with commercials is like part of that whole feeling. Like when you watch it on YouTube whenever you want, it just doesn't feel as special as when it's programmed that night by because that's how you watched it when you were a kid.
Right, yeah.
It was on and you sat down and watched it.
Yeah, I think it makes it more of an event a bit more. Yeah.
Agreed. So what are your feelings on the move for Apple to buy up like the Charlie Brown, the Peanuts specials, take them off of broadcast TV, and now they're streaming whenever you want to watch it, it's there. How do you feel about
it? I mean, I love streaming. I love being able to have stuff whenever you want it. But I just think something about holiday specials, Christmas specials, TV specials, even like Treehouse of Horror Simpsons episodes. Like, they're not as special unless you just see it and you're flipping through channels and you're like, oh, great, I'm going to watch this. Something about the magic is gone when you turn it on whenever you want.
It logically makes a lot of sense. And of course, someone is going to eventually buy those and put them on a streaming service. But there is definitely a certain, I guess if you're a kid who grew up doing it that way, it's kind of like having to throw out your vinyl records or like your CDs or something and move on to the next thing. It feels it makes it feel a bit,
I think it makes it feel less special.
Yeah.
Ironically,
it's just Christmas special. It's not called a Christmas watch on Apple TV.
It's not Christmas on demand. It's a Christmas special.
Yeah.
Of course. I 100% agree with you guys. I think the specialness of a special, the specialness of a special like Frosty is that it's special.
Yes.
But it's that. No, I know that sounds convoluted, but that's it. It's there's a reason they put these things on TV at a certain time. It's like it's an event, you know. We don't have like TV events like that anymore.
Yeah, and that'll lead into another special, and then it will lead into a Christmas movie, and then you have a whole evening of stuff rather than the thing ends and then you say, okay, what do we watch next? And then you get distracted and
you scroll for 10 minutes looking for something, you give up, you turn on a video game, and that's your night.
Yeah. There's also something to be said about like having the chance to get up during a commercial and be like, quick, okay, I have 3 minutes to make my hot chocolate now.
Yes.
Like that's fun rather than pausing it and then you're on your phone and
and running back to the couch in time because you can't like rewind or anything.
Yeah.
Right. What did I miss? Yeah. Even if you've seen it 100 times, like I don't want to miss a thing. I don't want to miss anything.
Yeah.
I feel the exact same way as you guys. So that's Frosty will live forever, I think. So with that in mind, let's jump over to let's give this a rating. Here on Christmas Creeps, let's jump over to the Crankometer, which is our rating for Christmas movies on an X and Y axis. We are crazy people who've created a better plot for our rating system. The X axis is the Christmas quotient, how Christmassy film or special is. The Y axis is the quality quotient, which is how good it is. So on a scale of -5 to a +5, gentlemen, how Christmassy would we say that Frosty the Snowman is?
Yeah, I'm gonna start with a 5 because I don't think you can get more Christmas special than this. I think it's everything. I mean, for me personally, just nostalgically, it's epitomizes Christmas.
Yeah, I think it definitely captures the kind of Christmas special vibe very nicely. I'm almost tempted to make it lose a point because he wakes up saying happy birthday instead of Merry Christmas.
No, but that's quality. That's not Christmas. You got to pay attention to the axis.
No, but the Christmassy is less Christmassy if he's saying happy birthday.
Oh, maybe
so it's
Christmas.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So it's the absence of a Christmas thing, basically, is what you're saying. He could have said Christmas, but he didn't.
Frosty started the war on Christmas.
You heard it here first, folks.
You can quote me on that.
I love it. A 5. Oh gosh, so we're at a 4 or 5 split, but I definitely get where you're coming from, and I see it because it's just it's something about it is just so pure and simple and Christmassy, and there's definitely something to be said for that. So, you know what? I'll split the difference and I'll say, this is definitely a 5. Happy birthday, notwithstanding. We can talk about that when we jump into the Y-axis, which is the quality. How good is the special? And I'll let you guys start. What do you think? How good is this?
I mean,
this is such a hard question.
It's tough.
I know.
You judge quality by how much you enjoy it, or by like technically, or like I really like it, and I think it's the right quality for a Christmas special. Like I kind of like the very cheesy sound effects and those parts, but like
just talking about it, I just want to have like a hot chocolate and Bailey's and watch it tonight with the other one, and I don't know.
And then the quality, like you said earlier about it looking and feeling like a Christmas card, I think that gives it some quality points. I would say, I don't know, 4 or 5 again. I'm kind of.
This is the madness of our scale. It doesn't make any sense, but we do it because you rate it better.
Rich should I be to this kids TV special? I guess I'll give it a 5 on quality. I like it.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to come out of the gate hot on this on my first time on Christmas Creeps, because then I have nowhere to go from here for anything else.
I mean, we've broken the scale many times, so don't feel too bad.
Man, just so much love went into it. I think like every frame just is beautiful and makes you feel happy. So I have to give it a 5.
Mm-hmm. I can't see now. I would feel bad if I had any like complaints about Frosty. I mean, I definitely you can see the seams and it's it's 60s animation. It's gonna look like that, but I think that just makes it more charming.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
think it definitely makes it feel Christmas is supposed to make you feel good, and I think this does that basically. So I'll definitely co-sign that. So hey, ladies and gentlemen, Frosty the Snowman is a positive five on our crankometer. So Booker, if you're out there listening, get on that, put that on our scale, and yeah.
What else is up there with it?
Oh boy, I think so. I know we've got the Christmas at Pee Wee's Playhouse special. I think was a natural 5.5.
Yes, of course.
I think Die Hard is up there.
Oh yeah,
that's a great one.
Tokyo Godfathers was our most recent 5.5, I believe. So it's in good company. It's in very good company. So yeah, that's Frosty the Snowman, everybody. It is up on YouTube, like Jake mentioned. We'll put that link in the show notes for you so you can watch it. And I guess final parting thoughts, guys. Where can we find Cup of Cheer? Where is this streaming? How do we find it?
Cup of Cheer is out now in North America. It is streaming on Google Play. It's streaming on Vudu. It's streaming on Amazon. It is streaming entirely for free on Tubi.
Oh wow! Okay.
You don't need an account. You don't need to sign up. There's no excuse not to watch it. It's completely free. DVDs are also for sale, I believe, on Amazon. You can check out some info at cupofcheermovie.com. But it's just an hour and a half of really silly, fun laughs. And if you want a Christmas movie that's not for the whole family, something to watch with a cup of cheer of your own in hand, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I would personally also give that 2 5s on the comment
Yes.
I don't know if I'm allowed to do that since it's my film.
We'll definitely give it a look here, though, and we'll definitely recommend it to all of our listeners out there. So definitely go. I'm saying definitely a lot right now. Go check Cup of Cheer. It's a fun time. It looks like a lot of fun. I can't wait to see it myself. Get my girlfriend, get a nice cup of cheer of our own. Watch it tonight. It's going to be fantastic. So yeah, Cup of Cheer. Go check it out. Parting thoughts on this episode of Christmas Creeps, gentlemen. Any final thoughts you want to give about Frosty the Snowman or anything at all?
I will say that I kind of forgot how close it is to being a road trip movie. In how much traveling around they do across the...
And they cover a lot of ground.
They get pretty far in that short space of time.
But road trips are like another like Christmas staple. So yeah, I can't believe we missed that.
I will say, don't upset Frosty. Don't break Santa Claus's heart by not watching Cup of Cheer. But honestly, it would mean a lot if you liked the movie and enjoyed it. Please tell your friends about it. Please spread the word. That's the only way that it's going to catch on with people this holiday season. It would really mean a lot if you tweeted #Cup of Cheer with your thoughts and reactions if you liked it. We'd love to hear from you. So you can find us anywhere on social media at Cup of Cheer Movie.
Do you guys want to where are you on Twitter? Can people find you on Twitter, or is it just purely Cup of Cheer?
You can find me on Twitter at by Jake Horowitz. I sometimes tweet funny things, so you should follow me.
My Twitter is mostly just retweeting our Cup of Cheer Twitter. So I'll let you just find me that way through Cup of Cheer's Twitter.
There you go. And I guess for my part, if you want to find me on Twitter or yell at me for any particular reason, my Twitter is at Cordial Wombat. Or if you'd like to follow us on Christmas Creeps, at Christmas Creeps on Twitter, you can do that as well. So, for Christmas Creeps, I've been Joseph Wade. My guests, Jake Horowitz, Andy Lewis. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having us.
Really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
we'd love to have you back anytime.
Thank you so much. We've got a lot of Christmas movies to cover in 45 days.
Absolutely. There's plenty of time. So you're welcome back anytime, guys.
Thank you. We'll talk to you soon.
Well, all right. You guys have a good night. Cup of Cheer is out now, streaming everywhere. And so with that, have a good night, everybody.
Happy Christmas. Happy Christmas.